Hello mathematicians, I hope by the end of this video you can say I can multiply whole numbers. So we're going to look at an example here. So we have 16 times 12. So this x right here, this means that this is a multiplication symbol right here. There's different forms of multiplication symbols. Let's talk about those really quick. We also have this dot right here, which is also a multiplication symbol. 16 times 12. This is the same thing as this 16 with this dot. 16 times 12 right here. Another way we could notate this is using parentheses. We could have these 16 and the 12 both in parentheses right next to each other. This also means 16 times 12. So we could use this x, we could use the dot, or we could just have both numbers in parentheses. I think the preferred method going forward is probably going to be, or the most common method going forward you'll see is 16 with the dot between it, 16 times 12. The reason for that is that as you start moving into some more algebraic stuff in your math careers, an x is a common variable used, and we don't want to confuse our x's of being variables and x's for multiplication. So 16 times 12. Let's do that really quick. So we're just going to use kind of a standard multiplication algorithm. So we just set it up 16 and 12. We just stack them on top of each other. And we'll use the x right here once they're stacked vertically like that. But when we write it horizontally, I think this dot is going to be your. We just start from here. We start on the right side. We start with the ones place right here. So the 2 is in the ones place on this bottom number, this 12. So we have 2 times 6, which would give us 12. So we'd write a 2 down here. We'd carry this 1 up. So 12. So 12, we just have this 1 up here. And then we do 2 times 1, which is 2. And then we add this number up here. And after we add, I'm just going to put a little strike through it. So 2 times 1 plus 1 is going to give me 3. And now we move over to this 1 here. This is in the tens place. So I'm going to put a 0 here because now we're going to be starting in the tens place. And I do 1 times 6, which is 6. 1 times 1, which is 1. And now I'm just going to add these together. So 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 6 is 9. And then I just bring the 1 down. So my answer is going to be 192. So that was just a quick example of how to multiply numbers using the standard algorithm, as well as going over the different ways to notate how we multiply. So we have 16 times 12 using an x, 16 times 12 using this dot, and 16 times 12 with both numbers just in parentheses right next to each other. I think this method right here with the dot between is going to be the most common way you'll see it in the future. So that is it on our video. I hope by now and with a little bit of practice you can say I can multiply whole numbers.